Hello everybody, back on, hello everybody, back on the AT. I'm here, hopefully going to be doing an overnight there's the parking for the Catamount Trail in Green Mountain National Forest, which also has the Appalachian Trail and the Long Trail. You guys know, many of you know that I'm going to be trying a through hike of the AT, so I just wanted to go on the AT again one more time before I left, at least. I met this really nice, look at this nice parking area. They plowed it and everything. And the AT is just right over there. This doesn't look like it's going to be a very hard hike, but you know, I kind of want to be able to be fairly close to the car just in case. What else can I say? I'm wearing my friend's micro spikes or mini spikes or whatever, which really seem to help for traction in the snow. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to do a couple small videos of this, but kind of glad to be able to go out and spend some time just out in the forest. So the temperature is not supposed to get super cold. It's going to get down to maybe the mid-20s apparently, maybe the low 20s. My sleeping stuff is rated for the for 20 degrees, but as many of you guys know, may know, that actually is not really, doesn't mean that you're going to be comfortable. It just means that you're going to be kind of survivable. So I've got a couple extra layers of insulation that I'm wearing, and maybe one extra layer of insulation just in case it gets really cold during the night. So we'll see how this turns out. Hey everybody, it's like just a little after 1. I've been hanging out here. I got to the shelter. It's only about 2 miles away. It's snowing right now. The name is the Churchill Scott Shelter. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Actually, it's really pretty nice because I think this was created relatively recently. And it seems pretty decently maintained. I checked the trail log. Someone was here about a week ago. Right after the snow that they had there last week on the 8th, I suppose. Nothing else to mention. It's getting kind of cold because I haven't been hiking. My temperature's dropping, and I don't really have much to do until sun sets at 4. So I might just sort of do a little bit more hiking and then come back here to set up camp for the night. Owen suggested I try and make a fire. I don't know. Maybe I might do that. I don't really know any good place to put a fire here anyway. This doesn't seem to be any existing fire rings. So, yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing right now. Let me look around for a little bit and see what there is to see. Then maybe I might do a little bit more hiking, like I said, and then we'll figure it out. Hey guys. I'm going to keep this really brief because it's really cold out here, the battery keeps cutting out. I just hiked up a little bit, and yeah, the tree line really thins out a lot. I collected a bunch of bark from these kinds of trees. The name of which escapes me right now, but you can see that right there. I do think I plan to make a fire. It would be a nice little morale boost, and it's cold. But I came here also to show you. We've got this great, beautiful vista here of the the valleys and the other mountains and things like that here in Vermont. It's a really good sight to behold. Kind of gives me a little bit of a boost. Now let me see if I can't get. There you go. I think you can see that a little bit better. I changed the exposure. But there's another shelter somewhere up on this mountain. I'm probably going to use a smaller shelter, the lower shelter, just in case there's some sort of problem and I need to hike back in. But at least let's go check it out, because we still got several hours. My basic plan is to... Ooh, okay, it's getting real cold. I'll tell you my basic plan later. Bye. Hello again. Like I said, I kept hiking for a bit. Put my down jacket on, then took it off. One of the important things about hiking or backpacking in the winter is you have to remember that if you start sweating, that's not good. You can get hypothermia just from the sweat as you get stopped your activity. So it's funny, even though it's in the 20s, if you're exerting yourself pretty heavily, you really can be out here with like minimal clothing, but then you need the extra clothing for when you stop. But stopped here because the trees just changed a little bit, as you can see here. Before they were trees that lose their leaves, deciduous trees, is that what they're called? And I'm entering into a little pine forest thing here. I just wanted to note that. And it's about 3:30, so 2:30 or something like that. I'm gonna wait until about 3 or so, because I want to get back to the other shelter by maybe about 4. So we'll do that. Hey again, everybody. It's about 3 o'clock. So I hiked about an hour out. I didn't manage to get to the other shelter, but that's okay. I don't need to know, exactly what it's like, because I've got the shelter further down there. And I want to get back before 4 because sundown comes at 4:30, and I, need to do some camp tasks, collect wood, set up my camp. I want to have an early dinner, and then maybe start a little bit of a fire and call it a night. So it's gonna be an early night. Tomorrow I'm probably going to wake up pretty early because, well, 2 things, like the light's gonna come up pretty early anyway, and number 2, I need to get out of here because I have some appointments tomorrow. One of the things that I might try to make is there's that grand opening of that REI in Vermont. Well, the only REI in Vermont, and so I might head to that. So it opens at 10. It's about 2 hours away, so I kind of got to leave by, at the very least 8. But I'm trying to see if maybe I could leave at 7. So, as you can see, that's where I hiked from. That's where I stopped. And I'm just going to be heading back now. Owen isn't the only one who knows how to make a fire, except I use a lighter and 2 cubes of wet fire to make this happen. But in my defense, it's snowing all over here, and we didn't have a lot of good kindling to make this work otherwise. But there's something nice about having a fire. It makes you feel safe. I'm kind of glad that I have it now, actually.